Hey, seventh graders, welcome to Tuesday. Today's lesson is about triangles. We're taking what you know about angles and applying them to shapes. So we're closing angles into a triangle. Why are triangles called triangles? Because they try hard. Just kidding. It's a shape composed of three different angles that has certain properties. The triangle inequality theorem is a special theorem in math that states that the sum of the two smaller sides of any triangle must be greater than the third side. For example, 3 and 4 are the smaller sides, and when you add them together, they must be greater than the longest side. We're just going to quickly check over what that means. So I have a length of 5, I have a length of 4. I'm going to put this on top of each other. I'm going to angle this up, and then I'm going to also take my length of 3 and try to angle them to create a triangle. As I pull these together, in order for me to make a triangle, they have to be touching and be right on top of each other, which I am able to do. So this creates triangle, like we see here. However, not a triangle would be 1, 2, and 6. And now I'm going to try to do the same thing to create a triangle. I have this length of 2, and then I have this length of 1. And what we notice here is there's no way that I can angle these lengths to touch and make a triangle. My longest side is just too long. So in order to make this actually be a triangle, I have to increase the size to be bigger than the side length of 6. Because if I make this exactly 6, let's say I make this 5, and I try my best to make these turn into a triangle, the only way that they're going to be right on top of each other is if I have them like this and there's no angles inside. So I cannot make a triangle unless I have my two smaller sides being larger, not equal to my third side. So in short, the triangle inequality theorem says that the two smaller sides, let's call this A, let's call this B, let's call this C. The sum of the two smaller sides must be greater than the third. 1 plus 2 is not bigger than 6, so this is not a triangle. So here is the sum. You can go ahead and pause here. This is the theorem. Let's take what we learned about the triangle inequality theorem and decide, do these three sides make a triangle? First, always identify your largest side. Now, put a greater than sign and your largest side there. And it's always going to use this template of something plus something else must be greater than the third side. So I'm going to input 11 here, and I'm going to add 9 and 2 together to get 11. 11 greater than 11 is not true. So this does not make a triangle. So no. Let's do it for the next one. I set up my template, I identify my longest side, and then I add the two smaller sides, and I get 9 is greater than 8, which is true. So yes, this makes a triangle. Last one, identify your longest side as 14, add 12 and 3 together, that's 15, and that is just greater than 14. So yes, this does make a triangle. These next couple of problems are going to ask you to test what the last side can be. So if two sides of a triangle are measured at 10 and 14, which of the following could be the measure of the third side? So before I identify my smallest and largest sides, I'm going to add in this as an option. Which one's the biggest? 15 is the biggest. So I need to add 10 and 14 together. That does give me a number that is bigger than 15. 24 is bigger than 15. All right, erasing my template. Now I'm going to try 30. 30 happens to be my longest side again. Since 10 plus 14 is not larger than our longest side of 30, that is not a solution. Let's try 12. Now 12 is no longer my largest side. 14 becomes my largest side when I have a number as small as 12. So is 10 plus 12 greater than 14? 10 plus 12 is 22. So yes, this is another possible solution. All right, let's go ahead and look at the next one. If two sides of a triangle measured 3 centimeters and 16 centimeters, which of the following would be the measure of the third? Let's try 4. The longest in this case would be 16. So we're going to try 16, and 3 plus 4, that's 7. So that is not a solution. Let's try 10. 16 is still the largest side. 10 plus 3 is 13. 13 is not larger than our longest side. And let's check 14. 16 is still our largest side. So 3 plus 14, yes, that is 17, which is larger than 16. So the only solution here is 14 centimeters. Use this rule to help you, seventh graders. Please reach out to your teachers if you have questions. See you in the next